Spider-Verse. Hey, Josh.
Hello.
Hey, Josh.
How's it going? TPK
It's
Tuesday.
today.
What'd you say?
It's a day.
Yes. It's TPK Tuesday. Hey, Dean.
TPK Tuesday.
Total party kill.
Whoop whoop.
You know I got those character sheets ready to go.
Yeah. If they die, they die.
See, I think that's the trick to making sure your character lives.
What's that? Being okay with them dying?
Yeah, because then you're able to take the risk and not overthink it.
I suppose.
I mean, you're talking to the same kid who would like try to jump, limb to limb. But hey, risk assessment, not my strong suit.
Yeah. Fair. Hey, what did Marianne do with those eggs?
That's
What
an excellent
bags?
question. And
Hey, how's it going? Do you
Good, how are
remember
you?
what Marianne did with those eggs?
She uh
Um,
she kept them, I think.
I think yeah.
Nice.
I'm going last.
Oh, how are you going last? I got 3 today.
It's
Oh
just-
wow.
Ooh, yeah.
That's why.
Love it.
Man, I
Good,
I
good.
thought I was the slowest person here, but I guess not.
Nope.
She either left it there or gave it back to the owl. I mean, took it or gave it back to the owl. That's what I remember.
Okay.
So Batman got a sequel announcement today. Into Spider-Verse got its title name for the next one after this one. Should I
Oh.
say? Um, gosh, and a bunch of other stuff too. Just apparently the movie Wicked is going to be a two-parter.
I don't know if I can handle these two-part movies.
You say Wicked is gonna be? What's Wicked? What's that about?
Yeah, what is that?
It's like Hamilton.
What's Hamilton?
It's a very
Oh, it's a musical.
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
very famous Broadway play.
Yeah. Okay. Dean, I feel you. I would rather them just release a 6-hour movie, and I would just watch it.
Yeah, I'll sit through
Yep.
a 6-hour movie. Give me an intermission.
Yeah.
I'll pay whatever you want. I just don't.
Especially if the first one doesn't perform well, then if they cancel the second,
Yeah.
like they have to have the funding or whatever set aside for it, or they have to already have it like work on it at the same time because
Yeah. Like
nothing
Lord of the
sucks
Rings.
more than like yeah, exactly. Like nothing sucks more than having like this like first part of a series that never got finished, and so then you can't even rewatch that because you know it's never going to be
Yeah. Exactly. It's like
Here,
watching Firefly.
finished.
um,
They kind of gave that a movie though.
they did, and it's too bad that it was like a box office flop because they were like,
Yeah, I liked it.
yeah. Do you know why Wash died in the movie? because they
Probably because he didn't want to do anymore.
well, they confirmed that he wasn't going to be available for a second season if the movie was successful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So yeah, they had to kill him off, and I think the same thing with Shepard too. But yeah, it sucks that the movie it didn't do as good as it should have. It was a great concept. Fox did them dirty right from the beginning, though.
Yeah. Well, was it just like extreme incompetence?
Well,
Putting the wrong episode first.
they aired them in no order, like no sequential order, and it was like a bad showtime to start with, and there was like no advertising and whatever, blah blah blah, and then they canceled the series, and yeah, it's like the real. Yeah. It's unfortunate. And then Nathan Fillion made a comment or whatever online about how if he had $300 million, he would make Firefly. And then a bunch of fans started started a fundraiser, and then he had to go back and be like, no, like I don't actually want to do this. He was like, no, don't.
Careful what you say on the internet.
Yeah, he was like, I will do it, but I don't want you guys to raise the money for it to happen. Is what he said, basically. He's like, thank you, but no thank you. It's got to be something the studio pays for or something. I don't know. I think that's what he said. No, this is really funny. Yes, careful what you say on the internet. Exactly.
Yeah.
Marianne,
I
what
don't
did
know
you
if
do with
anyone-
the eggs? I see that I know you're driving home, but did you give them back to the owl? I guess she's driving, so no pressure on replying. What were you gonna say, Eric?
Well, just more movie crap to fill time.
Gotcha.
Hawkeye is apparently going to be in the new Robotech movie.
There's gonna be a Robotech movie?
Yeah.
It's Robotech.
Yeah, there's already a Robotech movie. I saw it in 1985.
Nice. Was it? Do you remember Robot Jocks? Did you ever see that one?
No.
Live action.
No.
It was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty good back then when I was in the second grade and I saw giant robots fighting. I don't know if it holds up or not. That one was basically, what was that? Yeah, 1989 film. Gary Graham. A bunch of actors that I don't recognize. Yeah, it's like a post-apocalyptic mecha sci-fi where like different countries they fight each other with mechs instead of fighting wars.
What's it called again?
Robot Jocks, JOX. Yeah. It's so
Almost sounds like real still.
it's ridiculous. I think
The Academy had some tough choices to make that year.
Yeah.
I like the same font as RoboCop there too.
Nice. Stuart Gordon. Well, he did Reanimator.
Part man, part metal.
I've never seen Reanimator. Space Truckers, 1996. That looks awful. Sweet. All right. Yeah. So I guess it's been about just about 2 weeks since since your guys' last session, after which you leveled up to level 4, And if I remember correctly, from talking to each of you guys, or I guess we can go in initiative order and see what you guys have been up to for the last 2 weeks. Blammerhoff, what have you been up to?
Okay. So Bleimerhoff was deeply disturbed by the nightmare from that potion. And so he stopped drinking, and as a result, got a keen mind feat. So his mind is cleared up, and he's got that. So I picked that. And then I started helping people rebuild town, and he harbors thoughts of going back to Brocoria to make amends with his guild. At the same time, he was inspired by the battle to continue experimenting with flammable substances, but now adheres to moderate safety precautions.
I like to imagine that Blammerhoff just always had that feat, but he was just too drunk all the time for it to actually work.
Yeah, exactly.
And he sobers up, and then it's like, oh shit, my intelligence went up by 1 point, and I can remember things again.
Exactly.
Like you're supposed to wear goggles when you mix these.
Everything now.
Yeah, you're not supposed to inhale these fumes.
I love it.
Nice. How about Hackslice?
I took my level in Barbarian.
Nice.
Going for that level 3 eventually, extra resistances. Because apparently I need it after hitting the dirt. At some point in time, he's gonna have a chat with Marianne, because things have changed. He felt responsible for taking care of her, kind of thing, and then she goes ahead and saves his life. He's kind of got to rethink some of that a little bit.
It's like kind of reassessing his purpose.
Yeah, something like that. And he liked the feeling of the horde. Having his little goblin crew around him sort of brought up some sort of, call them bugbear feelings, I guess.
Yeah, goblinoid.
So he was goblinoid feelings of liking the group. So he's probably been spending a bit of time with the Kobar, the goblins that he can find around.
Nice. I was actually going to mention that too. After you guys is working with that small group, there has been a slight influx, or a more, I guess, increase in traffic of goblins and hobgoblins just coming into the village and looking for work. So there have been like a few, at any given time, there's a few of them that are around just working as laborers and kind of just helping out wherever they can, or adding extra muscle, so to speak.
I will definitely do my best to recruit the occasional groupie.
For sure. Murdoch, the hobgoblin that's kind of like that you guys met and was kind of in charge of them, he's been one to just come and go as well, whether he's in town right now or not. He is not. He is on the road again, but there are goblins out there, and that's like a connection that you guys have established. Perfect. So this is Hobgoblin Murdoch. Francis has left town. That's the half dragon veteran that you guys helped. He has returned. Yep. He has returned to answer to his father for his failures. So he is headed to the mountains in the west, the western mountain range. So whether you run into him again or not, time will tell. But he is out of town. He is away. Biggs is still around. Biggs Harrington, the rabbit, the rabbit blacksmith. He is still around helping where he can. Slug is still around as well, the orc. And I mean, he's getting around a lot more as well, and he's taken a partial liking to the group in general, but he also is kind of just socially awkward because he is an orc living in he's probably like the only orc in the town at this point. So he's
What
kind
was
of
his name again? Sorry.
Slug.
Oh, Slug. That's
Yeah, he changed his name to Slug No Clan.
Okay.
So he's around as well.
I gotta run
Marianne is
inside of
still
the truck.
driving. Dakin, was there anything you wanted to do? And I believe you wanted to interact with some of those NPCs as well, or recruit some of them, if I wasn't mistaken, right?
I will take Slug under my as my assistant if he would be okay with that. Just kind of he's muscles, you know.
Right.
And I am just trying to establish connections with everyone in town and maybe even make the blacksmith I blinked out on his name just now.
Biggs.
Biggs.
Yeah.
Talk him into running or do a quick vote to make him the new mayor. Because he, out of all the people here, he seemed to have the most shit together.
Right.
But I'm trying to help rebuild. Between all of that, though, probably late at night, I'm poring over everything that I found from the necromancer, destroying things that I would deem a little too evil. And I probably took the dragon's skull, and it's now a casting focus or an item to help me in the future.
You kind of just worked it into like a hat or like a mask / helmet kind of thing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Do you just wear it around all the time, or is it something that you like kind of have back like a hoodie or like a hat that you just flip on, or you just wear it kind of like? Marianne rolled a 1 on initiative as well. That's amazing.
God.
It is meant to be.
That's amazing.
I imagine I made like a belt, tightening and loosening belt strap to it, and I just kind of loop it onto my hip when I'm not wearing it or using it.
Nice. So we don't have a Trex or a Crow kind of situation. Okay, sounds good. We're just wearing like a creepy mask all the time. Yeah.
No, this is more for battle and intimidation, not public official work. I know the difference.
This is the first to do so. Okay, perfect. Okay, I just rolled Slug stats 3d6 down the line, just so you know.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
So he's got 16 strength, 10 dexterity, 13 con, 9 intelligence, 10 wisdom, and 10 charisma.
Damn, dude, that's really good roll for 3d6 down the row.
That's better than like my last 3 characters.
Holy
Fuck.
shit, that's fucking awesome.
That's with his racial bonus, though. I gave him his
Well,
racial
yeah, but
bonus.
Can you
strength.
send me?
Yeah, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Sidekick feature.
Sidekick / spare character, yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Should let's see here.
No, I promise Slug. I will look at Slug. Promise him gainful employment and opportunities for as long as he feels the need to follow, or feels not the need, but the want to follow us.
The desire.
Yeah.
There you go.
Nice. I'm going to save that to my notes.
I feel like he's smarter than the average orc, actually.
Perfect. You know, I
he has
need
9
a
intelligence,
competent.
so- Yeah.
I need a competent assistant. You know.
Yeah. There you go. Okay. What did you say you were destroying if you thought that it was evil?
If there was a significant amount of evil, like corruptive evil, not like, oh, this thing has an evil aura, but you know what, you can still use it.
Right. Okay. Okay.
So, like, probably his spell book after I copied down what I could or what I thought was necessary and various things like that.
Okay. Okay, sounds good. Aowen, what were you doing?
Rebuilding the library, helping rebuild and restock the library.
Okay.
And of course, a pillar to civilization is making sure there's enough midwives around and healthcare professionals for women about to give birth. Doing that, and of course, leading prayer groups to Saloon to thank her for her help, and then of course reading kids bedtime stories in the evening.
Nice. Actually, you know what? Make a charisma check. So first, make it a religion check, and then make a charisma check.
Okay.
This is going to impact some things that might be happening over this course of 2 weeks. Nice.
Nice.
And charisma.
Persuasion, maybe, or intimidation. I mean, whatever. A flat charisma check is pretty nice.
Charisma.
Yeah. Well, that I mean, charisma plus your plus the proficiency. That's like a 21 on your charisma check, for what that's worth. So, I think because your proficiency gets added to that too. So that's a 19 without it, and then you add it. That's like a 21. So like you're really rubbing off on the people, and they may not fully understand like the finer details of Saloon or the rituals in general, but they're more so drawn to you as like a folk hero at this point. And then they're kind of on board with that, and as a result, there are more people that feel typically safer than they did immediately after the attacks. And there was talk about some people trying to leave or like heading back to like the larger city, like further back towards the like away from the frontier, and just kind of pack up and leave. But some of the families have decided to stick around. Some of the non-combatants that you guys are able to keep safe.
Balloon smiles on us all.
Sturdy, I don't understand what that fellow's saying, but it's like he's got flowers coming out of his mouth.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck you just said, but you're special. Yeah.
Damn, it sounded good.
Yeah. Something about mooning people? I don't know.
Jerry did that last week. He got thrown in the pen for about 5 days.
Pretty much. Marianne, are you still driving or are you home now?
I've been in the driveway because I didn't want to come in and have to deal with sister and kitchen while we were doing this.
Just hiding
You
in
playing your car all night?
You just play at the car all night, yeah. Didn't you do that one time because of a power outage?
I was very you know what? I think I did because I could run my car and charge my phone through my car.
I think you did that once before. What a legend.
I think I did.
Yeah.
Total legend.
But I know as soon as I go into the house, my sister's going to be like, here's everything that happened today. And I have to make kitchen noises because I'm starving. So.
Oh. Too bad you don't have like a Cliff Bar in the glove box.
No, I would have eaten that by now.
What has Marianne been up to for 2 weeks before you go into the house and eat? Unless you want to go into the house and eat first.
Yeah, no, Marianne was kind of bugged by the fact that she used up all her spell slots and helping people. So, like in the immediate aftermath with all the dead, she'd be frustrated that, again, she's still got limitations. So she'd be helping as best as she can with like burials, and probably go to Owen to like help with funerals and stuff.
Yeah. How are you guys preparing the dead? There's a lot of dead people after that fight.
Yep.
There's like, I think over 20 people died. Are you guys just like digging graves, or like how are you taking care of this?
I think Marianne would want to do like individual graves for everybody.
Dakin would probably bring up cremation and do a memorial.
Yeah, any of the goblinoids that died Hax will take over their sending off to the other world via fire.
Okay.
Marianne,
Owen will support cremation as well to release the spirits back into the spirit world.
Do you burn the dead locals with all of the dead undead that you guys just dispatched?
No.
Oh no.
This is
Or
two
no,
separate
separate
piles.
We're not
separate
complete
piles.
savages.
Just checking.
Unless a loved one requested it.
Oh my god. Yeah, that piece of shit could burn with the rest of them. Yeah.
Alright.
Well,
Just
if they
do the
were,
Forrest Gump roll.
undead that people knew, perhaps they might go into the appropriate pile. But
Oh yeah.
Do the
Yes.
Forrest Gump wave.
Yeah, for half a second I actually forgot about the what was it, like 50 plus undead zombies and skeletons that you guys lit on fire in the town and carved to pieces. So yeah. So where's that? Just on the outskirts of town?
Half of them were probably already cremated by the way we fought.
True enough.
Yeah.
we might
Yeah,
have just
probably
rounded them up and
outskirts.
Put them in the burn pit. We already have a trench done, don't we?
Just right at the
Yeah.
entrance to the town.
Well, it
Probably want to
doesn't-
clean that up so that people can come in and out without,
Trudging
Yeah.
over
Fair enough.
Mm.
Superstitious folks.
the.
You have to spit across the line every time you cross.
Yeah. People riding their wagon over top have to lift their feet up. Nice.
it's like in the desert, right? There's not a lot of wood.
No, there isn't. That was the thing. That was a good thing I was going to bring up as well. I know
Yeah,
Eowyn.
so
I know Eowyn was mentioning rebuilding the library. I was going to say there is enough material from the mayor's office which was destroyed, so you guys are able to effectively use that material to put it back together. But there were some fires as well, so there is a shortage of building materials.
I think
I was
maybe
pl-
the goblinoids will get a sky burial instead. Then
Okay, I thought maybe
Was-
you would just
I
burn
was-
them without wood.
we can give
I
them a
was
sky
planning-
burial. it's fine.
Okay.
Feed
Go
the
ahead,
local
Dakin.
vultures.
Oh, I was planning on oil and a combination of oil and fire magic, like control fire or whatever.
Oh, okay,
Control
control
flames.
flames. Nice.
Yeah. Like I just go ahead.
I was just gonna say that's Glamorhoff can help with the fire job, seeing as he knows about that.
So you're experimenting at the same time.
Yeah.
Nice. Oh, you know what? Dakin and Blammerhoff, you guys each make a check. You tell me how it is. While you're doing experiments, tell me what check you want to make. That would be magic related potentially, as you are working with the massive pile of undead, as you guys are working to get rid of that pile.
It's Arcana.
Sure. Nice.
Oh, it should be +5. That's weird. Oh, I think I need to update it. Well,
Oh, you got to update your intelligence.
it'd be a 7.
Okay. And how about Dakin?
I would say Arcana also, but let me think if there's another way I could do it spell wise. Oh, so I guess Arcana if that's okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's fine. Haxvice, if you're doing a sky burial, where are you taking the goblins to?
We'll take them as far out of town and as practical to the highest ground that is practical.
Okay. Make a
If
survival.
there's any nearby rock formations or something like that,
Hey, did I have?
plotted in the shuffle.
'Kay.
Keeping in mind that I have the Wanderer feature.
Okay. 1 second, Dakin. What were you gonna say?
Did I have inspiration from something?
I think so.
All right, I'm going to use it.
Okay.
This is important to Dakin. Okay.
Is that a survival check too?
Yeah, I was gonna say make a survival check and a perception check. And what was your wanderer feat or ability?
It's from the Outlander background. You have an excellent memory for maps and geography, and you can always recall the general layout of terrain, settlements, and other features around you. In addition, you can find food and fresh water for yourself and up to 5 other people each day, provided the land offers berries, small game, water, and so forth.
Nice. Okay. I like that.
How do you update the? It says
Explanation. That's weird.
Oh yeah, exclamation update.
What I did.
Yeah.
It says this character's private. I have the one that's on the group, right?
Is it Josh? Would you have to update it, or did we ever switch them over? What?
It wouldn't. It would not be me to update it. No.
17 perception.
17.
Give me a second.
The campaign, Josh's group.
View. I'm taking a look at it, making sure everything's right.
Okay. Cool. First thing, I guess, Dakin and Blammerhoff, as you guys are working away at this and just kind of doing whatever you can to make it burn safely and effectively, you do notice that there is more of this this crystalline material that was in under the skin of the necromancer that you killed, and as the pile burns down, you guys are able to sort of collect more of this this green crystal material, probably enough to fill like a small jar. It's kind of like a jar full of broken glass, essentially.
Definitely handling that with gloves.
Cool. Blammerhoff, how do you fail forward in this process? With your 7 roll on Arcana.
You just examine this the stuff that we're.
Yeah, you guys like would have noticed it right away, and then whether you wanted
Yeah.
to collect it or examine it further, I mean, that's up to you guys. But it sounds like Dakin would be attempting to collect it wearing gloves, anyways. So, or you
I
help.
would like be freaked out by it and be like, Dakin, help! I don't know about this undead stuff.
Nice.
Yes. This is even strange for my taste. I will definitely acquire samples and make sure this isn't some plague brought upon us. Let me fetch my gloves.
Nice.
And I also throw the gloves that I used into the fire.
Oh, nice.
After use.
Okay. Okay. Good enough. Hacksvice, while you're out on the path setting up this, you kind of head out to the less deserty, more badlandsy area, just a bit to the north of the town that you guys came from originally, where where you guys came from the previous dungeon, and like there was the thicket there where you met with the owl and all of that stuff. So like in that area, there's more kind of higher elevation in general, more rocks as well to kind of put any sort of cairn together that you want to as part of your sky burial situation. But you do notice on the horizon with your perception check, probably maybe like an hour away from the town, a small structure or collection of tents that you notice during the last 2 weeks, like as part of your, I would imagine that you're putting like last rites together like within the early first few days. So
Yes.
while you're doing that, you would definitely notice that there's this like small cluster of tents or some of the like just on the south side of the town. And then also while you're out there, you notice some tracks of a creature that you're not familiar with that survival check. But effectively, like for the surrounding area of the town, so like to the north, you've kind of got like this rocky, slopey Badlands areas, and then the further south you go, the town is kind of built along the same terrain, but it's more evened out, lower elevation, and then as it goes more to the south and to the east, it just turns more to like a sandier desert sort of deal, sort of like where you guys wandered through when you ran into those pirates. Some of you did several sessions ago, anyways, at the very beginning.
I'll mention the encampment to the crew, and we'll organize a scouting mission to that.
Cool. And then Eowyn, while you're putting the library together, you find a small collection of old books that are kind of kept aside in the mayor's office that have been like kind of half buried as you guys were working to kind of gather building materials and whatnot. So there's a couple of different books that you're able to add to or keep for yourself and read through, but they appear to be like journals of like old adventurers.
Sorry, journals of old what did you say?
Like old adventurers, old adventure journals.
Okay. Right. These appear to be worth reviewing.
I guess it depends how much time you want to spend studying them to see if they're worth keeping or reviewing. But like some of them have like maps. Like you like if you like skim through, you'll see things like notes and schematics on maps. You'll see notes on like different like monsters or like creatures that you've encountered in the past. Some of them you encountered recently, and then other ones you have no comprehension of.
I'll maybe grab those books and see if maybe one of my colleagues might want to interpret them.
Cool. Cool. And then also
it's important to know one's limitations. I am here to preserve life.
Nice.
I work hard at it. I also know I'm not the sharpest axe in the axe drawer.
Nice. If only there was a monk from space.
If only.
Cool. And then with that also, so with the survivors that you guys had, there's approximately 50 people in this town right now. 15 to I'd say about 20 of them. 20 of them are, I guess at this time, like experienced in the fighting that you guys were experienced in, and then the rest of them are essentially non-combatants, so like some old people, some young people, and then just caregivers. And like you said, there's a couple of midwives in the group. Nothing super fancy. It's a relatively small group, as you guys are aware. There's some heavy casualties, and then with those casualties, there's probably a group of like 10 people that want to leave, that want to head back east, which would have been a larger group, but some of the people are kind of sticking around because they feel safe around Eowyn. And then Marianne has not heard that as well. Biggs Harrington, he's begrudgingly, I guess, accepted the pressure to be in charge, but he doesn't want to do it full time or forever.
Oh yes, at least until a better man shows up, right?
Yes. Well, I'm not a man.
It's a turn of phrase, my friend. I'm sorry to offend you.
Yes. It's fine. But I'm better fixing things, not people.
Well, I look around the town. Well, I believe that is what the town needs right now. Somebody who can fix things, not people. So,
I also may or may not. It's probably best to keep me out of a political position where people would hear my name, because I may or may not have been responsible for a couple of war crimes in the past.
uh, yes, who isn't? My father is such a man himself. Yes. Anywho, just low key dropping it.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, Loki dropping war crimes.
Anyway, what do you guys want to do at this point?
Well, I am interested in those papers and stuff, but I would also say we're probably wanting to check out that encampment because of we're kind of vulnerable right now, and something like that could be bad if it's a bandit group.
For security purposes.
Ten four. I'm assuming that you guys are all gonna go.
Yeah.
That would be the preference.
Yeah.
If everybody's interested. Only an hour away, or a mile away, you said?
Oh, for sure. And then I guess I'll roll a couple of hooks as well. I know that Aowen would definitely be involved in hearing some things. Let's see here. I already told Hacksweiss that one, so. Okay, nice. What do you want Slug to take care of while you're heading out to this camp, or do you want him to come with you?
Slug could hang around town, and if there's any problem, he can come get us.
Okay.
I think that would be the safer thing to do.
Okay. Sounds good. Oh yes, Marianne, what did you do with those eggs? Did you give them back to the owl, or give them to the owl, I should say?
Yeah, I held on to them because we traveled away from the nest.
Yeah.
And the mouse wanted to eat them, so I carried the eggs with me, and then when the owl came back, I gave them to the owl.
Right. Okay. Good. Excellent. Yeah. So I guess about an hour out of town, you guys get to this small encampment. It's probably about 60 yards away. There's a couple of sand dunes that you guys could potentially hide behind, depending how you want to approach it. It's at this time of the day. So it's probably about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, roughly. And you guys are approaching from.
Approach with a bit of stealth.
Okay.
Observe and see if there's any activity there.
Cool. There's one large tent, and then there's a couple of small tents around it, and just at first glance, it looks like they're kind of in ill repair. There's a lot of sand built up around the entrances and whatnot, and there's like a mild breeze right now. It's not like deafening winds or anything, but it's probably like something like, I don't know, like 10 kilometers an hour winds. I don't know what that converts to in freedom units.
I wouldn't be able to tell you anyways. I'm going to send my familiar in, and have him kind of change to the landscape, like any good octopus would.
Okay.
Also, I need a long rest.
Hackspice, are you stealthing in, or are you
Yes,
letting
yes, please.
or you're stealthing in with the octopus beside you?
Yeah, I'll stealth him with the octopus.
Okay. Make a stealth check. Unless you did already. Nice.
9.
You just kind of stand out like a sore thumb as you go to, like, I don't know, how are you trying to approach this place in a sneaky way?
I was gonna sort of approach from behind the dude and peek over a corner to see what I can see, but apparently I've silhouetted myself quite nicely in the process.
I'd say that there's a very large shadow as you cast a very large shadow over the encampment, and then as you do, you also kind of just like lurch forward a little bit as the dune kind of kicks out underneath you, as it's quite loose, and then it just kind of spills down, and you don't tumble or fall or anything, but you just kind of have to force to take a couple of steps, and there's like clearly a ridge where there wasn't before, kind of caused by you. And then you end up like inadvertently stepping on this virtually invisible octopus that's like on the ground beside you, as it's just like crawling along like it would be on the ocean floor, as its color shape shifts back and forth. And then nothing happens.
I'll just sit down right where I am. Fuck it, and I'll just watch. I'll just sit down and I'll just watch.
Very good.
Steps. I just imagine like this very comical, like, goes a step, the octopus is right under his foot, he trips the octopus trips him, and it's just this big flailing around.
Some of the octopus is like on his face when they stop rolling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It like kind of
I would
crawls off of
imagine
him. Yeah.
give me the embarrassed look and crawled up onto my knee and sat there while I was looking.
Nice. Yeah. You do notice, Hackspice, as this happens, you notice that there's like a fair number of tumbleweeds that are just kind of like built up against one of the tents on the opposite side of the camp. I'm gonna say that there's 2 small tents and then there's a large tent. The small tents probably would fit like 1 or 2 people, and then the large tent, it's probably like a 10-foot by 10-foot tent that's, I don't know, probably 10 feet high with like a center pole kind of deal.
Yeah.
A cross between a yurt and a tent, I suppose. And then against this large one on one of the sides of it, there's like a pile of tumbleweeds that are built up to it.
Do I see any bodies, people?
You don't see any bodies out in the open, and based on like the wind and the sand, you don't see any recent tracks either.
I'll just I'll stand up and I'll wave the crew forward.
I'll move in.
Doesn't look it looks empty.
Yes. Troublesome. I want to take a peek inside of one of the tents, not the one with the tumbleweeds.
Yeah, we'll approach as a group if that's okay with everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to look inside one of the small tents?
Yeah.
Cool. As you do, you can see there's like some like half sand covered like disheveled like bedrolls, and otherwise nothing of note that you can tell.
Well, this is discerning at the very least. Should we start breaking these down and bring them back to the town? They're in dire need of resources, and this canvases and stuff should be quite useful.
At this point, you hear like a rattling sound, like a chain rattling sound coming from the larger tent.
Should we go check that out, everyone?
Yeah.
Post haste.
Check it out.
Okay, who goes into the large tent first?
I'll go in first.
I'll go. I'll just. I'll indicate to pause, and I'll go around to the other side of the tent. And
Like
kind
to-
of look around and then sort of go in at the same time on opposite sides of the tent.
So you're going around the opposite end.
Yep. If there's not an extra door on the other side, I will just rip up the tent from the bottom edge and
Okay.
lift it up and crawl under.
Okay, so as you're coming in from the, as you're creating an entrance on the back end, who's coming through the front?
I'm coming through the front.
Blammerhoff? Okay.
Blammerhoff, yep.
Blammerhoff, as you step in, it's dark in here at first. There's like some light cast in from the entryway, but you're able to adjust pretty quickly, and you can see that there's a table / makeshift desk with like there's like scattered notes at this point that are just kind of pages like strewn about the tent itself, and then the pole has a chain connected to it, and then on the other end of the chain is a humanoid figure that as you kind of as your eyes like follow this chain and then meet with it, then it turns and it looks at you and it stands up and it starts to walk towards you. As I guess you hear like a ripping sound as the back of the tent gets cut open and Hackswice pokes his head in.
Well, if it's not like if it doesn't have a sealed floor piece to it, I'll crawl underneath it. If I have to cut it, I will.
Okay. Yeah, no, you're able to lift it up as you just kind of like come through, and then like more light kind of casts in, and then this thing kind of stops for half a second, and then like as the light casts on it, you can see that it's I guess like a recently dead undead creature, and it looks to be humanoid with some fancy clothes on.
Another one of these things.
I was gonna talk to it, but I'll just yell out, Dakan!
Yes.
Your expertise? And I'll just point at it as you walk in.
Oh. Question. The necromancer wasn't the mayor, was he?
Nope.
Gotcha. Huh. This is quite a fancy gentleman. Do you think this is the forgotten mayor that we had the pleasure of, I don't know, losing, fighting? We did a lot in those few days.
Is he
Yes.
recognizable still, or is he
Uh,
like a rotted skeletal corpse?
He's like fresh dead, so he's been dead for probably less than a week from the looks of it, and there's no real rot. It's just kind of dried and sunken on different parts of the face and whatnot. Their eyes kind of white, but they're still there.
And what's on the table?
There was some just like papers and whatnot that have been kind of scattered around the tent itself.
I will cast Unseen Servant.
Okay.
Or ritual cast it, and have him have it pick up all the papers and bring it back to me.
Nice.
If not, I could just use Mage Hand.
Okay. I'll say that's able to happen. That works for sure. And like this, every now and then, this zombie on a chain with this chain around his neck or whatever, it kind of like lunges randomly at these areas as these papers are being picked up and just dragged, like brought to you, and it's like this confused zombie just kind of like frustratedly like grumbling and lurching at things.
What do the papers say?
What languages do you speak?
I can cast Comprehend Language, so
Nice. I guess. Yeah. Okay.
All of them.
Yeah. All of them. Yeah. Each word is a different language. No. I feel like that's something a player would do.
Yeah, it's in common the whole time. He doesn't look. He just casts comprehend languages.
Yeah. Nice.
I'll look first, but I can speak. Let me take a quick look. I can speak Common, Draconic, and Elvish.
Okay. It is. I was going to say that it's written in Infernal. If you're going to cast the spell, then you'll just be able to know that.
Yeah.
And it's just several correspondence letters with dates on them, and one talking about the caravan. The caravan coming to the Forks by a certain date. And based on, I'll say that it's 9 days after the end of your downtime. So there's an expectation that the caravan, in quotes, is coming to the Forks within the next 10 days.
Huh. Seems like we have some information about a caravan coming.
What kind of caravan does it say?
I don't. Go on.
Let me just check the spell comprehend languages real quick.
It does not decode like coded
Slang.
messages.
Right. Okay. I'll say make an investigation check as you just kind of pour over it to see if there's any like double speak or any kind of codes or slang that's being used.
Investigation.
Nice.
21.
21. Yeah, okay. So you see the term the thirsting caravan.
It's something called the thirsting.
The thirsting caravan.
The thirsting
That sounds
caravan.
Bit ominous.
Quite so. Sounds very vampiric to me, and that's coming from someone who likes skulls.
It would fit the theme so far.
Compatriots, do you have any input on this?
I don't know if the town could take another battle. Perhaps it'd be best to cut them off at the pass.
Quite so.
Whatever we can do to preserve life.
For once, I'm with Eowyn.
Oh yeah, you guys' cave diving fucking exploits didn't work out. That's so funny. Cool. Are you guys stripping down these tents?
Yes.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
With this, what are you doing with this zombie?
I would say last rites and put him out of his misery, or put him out of his misery, take him back to the town, see if he's the mayor.
Yeah, identify him.
Okay. How do you put him? Who's putting this zombie out of his misery? You don't have to roll for it necessarily. Okay.
I'll do it with a crossbow.
Crossbow.
Yeah.
We can just take his head back with us too.
It's true.
Oh, so I shouldn't shoot the head. Okay.
Yeah, no, you shoot him right in the face. Yeah. With a
It's
fucking.
is this head with an arrow stuck in it recognizable to anyone?
What are those arrows? Like the fucking. Man.
Broadheads?
Yeah, the broadhead arrow to the middle of the face. It's like, yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Takes a quarter-size hole, comes out like a full dollar bill.
Eowyn, what do you say to Blabberhoff just fucking putting this thing out of its misery with crossbow bolt after crossbow bolt?
It's not alive. We don't have to worry about preserving life with the undead.
Okay, good enough.
We should bring the clothes and everything. I
Yes,
mean,
I was gonna say.
yeah.
Are you bringing the whole body, or are you just cutting its head off and
No,
taking
let's
its clothes?
cut the head off, but bring the clothes and burn the body.
Okay. Okay, good enough. Sounds good. Cool. Yeah, and then as you guys go, then like the wind kind of is on your back the whole way back to the town, and fucking thickets and tumbleweeds just like beating against you every now and then as you head back to the village.
Incorporate as much of our new findings into assisting the village folks as best we can.
Nice. Is there any sort of celebration or anything that you guys want to do with the villagers as you're back, or do you want to just kind of focus on the work? And is there anything that you want to communicate to them?
I would say.
Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. You first.
I say we celebrate all the little victories. And I'm working on totally pumping up all the hobgoblins, keeping them psyched, happy, in a good mood. We're accomplishing something. We've already accomplished something.
Nice.
Trying to keep everybody on the up and up a little bit.
Cool.
Yes. Morale is what makes or break battles. So let's keep these
while they're
people.
rebuilding, I'll mention that they should rebuild things in a defensible way right from the start. Given what we've learned.
Fair.
Hell
in
yeah.
recent history.
Make a charisma check to see if you're condescending or not. Some Blammerhoff was a lot more fun
should have
when he
done in
was
the
sober.
first place, dummies.
Yeah, exactly. Probably, so many of your loved ones probably wouldn't be dead if you guys had a proper fence in place. Yeah, just a real dick.
You don't want another half of you to be killed in some stupid town layout.
Yeah, basically.
I have an architect buddy back at home that set you up real nice.
Shit. Good times. Cool. Yeah, this is just some people are just like, Blammerhoff was a lot more fun to be around when he was drinking. He was way less of a dick. Yeah.
I want to let just the mayor know what we're about to embark on.
Biggs?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, he's able to, I guess, confirm as well that the zombie head belongs to the previous mayor.
Okay.
The closed team.
I guess it's for the better. It seems like he was going to sell you out or something. Do you know of this caravan called the Thirst?
The Thirsting Caravan?
Yeah.
No, not offhand. But pirates might know about it.
Maybe we can intercept some of them on our way out. Please do not let the town folks know that we are leaving for a bit just to... We're going to explore some places, and they should feel comfortable that we should return before we continue on our journey.
Okay. I mean, if it means that I have to talk to less people, then I'm not going to object to it.
Ah, very good. Smart lad.
Maybe the townsfolk should vote themselves a mayor, and this guy can be the sheriff, since he's more of the weapons guy. Keep people in line.
I kind of figured he's just more temporary until someone who actually wants to do the job comes in.
Yeah, there you go. Speaking of sheriff work and whatnot, though, Slug will mention that a child was attacked on the north side of the town. while you guys were
Mm.
gone.
Oh, good.
And they are sick. And there's like a healer's
Yes.
I look into
there's
it.
like a healer's hut kind of thing where I guess like the local healer is set up, and they haven't had any luck at all.
I do a medicine check.
Yeah. Just 1 second here. Is anybody else
Pickles
going?
with me.
What was that, Josh?
Is there anybody else going to look other than
Yeah, I would.
I'll go as well.
Let's see here. Yeah, so there's this kid who is laying in bed, and they are like semi-conscious. They're kind of just complaining about being in pain until Marianne, you finally get there, and then they're not responsive, but they're still breathing. And with a medicine check, I guess you just kind of like you just do like a head to toe pat down check, and then you realize that like beneath their pants, on one of their legs, it's just like it's like stiff, like a rigor mortis kind of feel to it at first. And then, do you want to look further, or what do you want to do?
Yeah. We'll look further.
Okay. Their leg appears to be petrified, and you can see scratch marks around their ankles.
Okay.
And it is continuing to spread. As you can see, it slowly climb up to like the hips.
Okay. Do we know what cures petrification?
I don't know if you've encountered it in the past.
I don't think I have.
Mm.
I'm gonna ask Pickles if Pickles knows. Pickles has been talking to me lately.
I heard
Hey.
a term for banana today, and it was monkey pickle.
Nice.
Very interesting, Marianne. I will have to make notes on your talking cactus.
Marianne is part warlock now.
I love this
Yeah, Time
class.
Magic Pickles just started talking to her one day and is like, I am the guardian of this area. And Marianne's like, cool.
Nothing quite.
I am the Lorax.
I have the Lorax. Yeah.
Yes!
Yeah. All quiet on the cactus front at the moment, but you get you know what? Make a fucking religion check, Marianne, as you plead to Pickles. Just the cure comes from the poison, as you get this like this mumbling in the back of your mind with this weird, just like rumbly voice. It's kind of like echoes in your head. And this is like the cure comes from the poison. You must find the source.
Gotta go where the kid was playing and find the source.
Alright.
I'm
This
going to have
does.
my familiar search for any small animals that would fit the description of a scratching or biting type of creature.
How many hit points does your familiar have?
1 HP. It's a familiar.
Okay. And you're just sending it in.
Just kind of skirting above the ground since it has a fly speed.
Okay. And it's, I guess so you're just, so like, tell me how are you commanding your familiar to go look for this thing, and what are you doing while it is looking? I guess I should ask.
I want to stay with the boy, and I will focus on searching through my familiar.
Okay.
And I'm floating probably 3 to 4 feet above the ground.
Okay. Nice. Yeah, so I'll say you're probably floating just like above like the thickets area, and while you're doing that, what is everybody else doing that is, I'm assuming, going over there?
I think I can cast Goodberry.
Are you staying with the boy, or are you casting Goodberry while you go out there?
I'm just doing a quick check to see if I prepped that. Nope, I did not.
Okay.
I will follow along, looking for tracks to see if I can compare them with the ones I didn't identify and saw earlier.
Okay.
I'm gonna go and I'll cast guidance on that and help Hackspice.
Okay. What's Blammerhoff doing? Hackspice, make a
also-
survival check with guidance.
I'll also follow along and keep an eye out.
23.
Nice. Okay. Sweet. Okay. And Eowyn, what are you doing?
I will stay with the boy and his family and try to comfort them, and we will join in prayer.
Okay. Nice.
I'll be there to kind of help monitor the boy's condition while I'm looking through my familiar.
Okay. Hackspice, you find several sets of tracks, small tracks, much smaller than what you saw out in the wild earlier. They appear to be bird tracks. Dakin, as you're hovering over top of this, as you're hovering over top of the thickets, in your looking through the eyes of your octopus, this you see like this flash of wings, and something flies towards you, and it makes an attack. What's your octopus's AC?
A solid 12.
Okay, it is going to this thing is going to scratch and bite at it, and then things are going to go black for you, I guess.
Killed.
Yes. And then Hackspice, as you follow these tracks, you kind of get to the edge of the thicket, and you find the statue of an owl on the ground.
Oh, it was the eggs. They were basilisk eggs. I don't think Marianne would know that.
Some sort of bird.
And then with that, you see 4 lizard-like chicken creatures scurry out from beneath the thickets, and they kind of circle around you guys as they're like hissing and clucking and yeah, and they're going to circle around you guys. And I'll roll initiative for them. That's a 1.
Well, they go probably with me.
Yeah. What's your dex mod, Marianne?
Lots. 0.
Okay, they will go right before you.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah, so there's 4 of them. If it's going to be Blammerhoff, Hackspice, Marianne, just kind of like in marching order. And then there's going to be the 4 of them that are circling around you. I'll say there's 2 in front of you guys and then 2 behind you guys. So whether the 3 of you are standing at a line side by side or however you want to put it.
Okay.
Yeah. But there are 2 in front and 2 at the back. And Blammerhoff, what are you doing?
I'm going to open up with magic stone from Sling.
Okay.
Oh. Sling. I do have a sling. What's it? The sling dexterity? Is that
Yep. This thing would be dexterity.
hit?
Nice, that's a hit.
Yeah. So I have to do this manually. Which...
No worries. Yeah, so you hit one of them while you roll damage. What is Hackspice doing? I'm assuming you're like firing at one in the front of you or back.
Yep. Yeah, in front. Yeah.
Okay.
I'll take advantage of my reach or bonus action rage, and then move in with my greatsword and attack one.
Okay.
From 10 feet away. 19 to hit.
Okay. That's a hit. Yep.
16 damos.
Holy cow. Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna say that you just like smash one of them into the ground and it just kind of like explodes into like scales and like a couple of feathers.
Oh, clean slice right in half with the big, massive greatsword.
Yeah. Perfect.
Nice. And then I'll move back away from through whatever gap I might have created.
Okay, so I'll just say that you move up to, basically, you move from, I'll say you move to 9 o'clock.
Sure.
On the map.
Yeah, just away. I don't want to get attacked by these things.
Okay. And then Blammerhoff, yeah, you do 10 damage to another one up at the front. So the two behind you guys are still there, ready to go. Let's see, the one that you shot, Blammerhoff, is going to run up towards you, but it's going to miss as it's like pecking at you, and it's going to peck at your shoe or your boot, and unless you're barefoot, and then it's not going to hit you. If you're barefoot, I would give it advantage. You're not a hobbit, are you?
No.
Marianne, what's your AC?
There are no hobbits TM in Dungeons and Dragons.
This is not since the 70s.
14.
And they got sued. What did you say, 14? Okay, so yeah, the first one is going to nip at you and miss as you're going to kind of like dodge away, and then as you do, you step back, and then another one's going to bite you in the ankle. And it is going to deal 3 piercing damage, and make a Constitution saving throw.
Well,
You just beat it. As you feel like your ankle kind of like, it's almost like almost freezes for a second, but you're able to like give your leg a shake as sheer panic sets in because you know exactly what is happening, and then you're able to fight it off, and then you get like that feeling back in your ankle as that happens. And Blammerhoff, what are you doing? As there's now like all 3 of them are like right around you and Marianne.
Going again?
What's that?
I'm going again.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
They all went. They all like made attacks and like missed, and
Yeah.
like some of them missed. One of them bit.
Oh, geez. So we can't let them bite us.
do I get a turn?
Yeah, you do get a turn. I'm so sorry.
Oh, that's okay. I was gonna cast sleep on my turn. Marianne stamps her foot and is like, "Babies!"
Okay, roll.
Okay. I'm casting at a level 1, and
5d8,
I guess
okay.
5d8.
Okay.
22 hit points, starting with the one that bit me.
It falls asleep. That one falls asleep for sure, as it just drops and goes limp.
Then if there's additional ones to throw on the other one.
There is not.
And I'm going to pick up the one that was sleeping in such a way that if he wakes up, he can't bite me.
Oh god. Okay. Does he just okay? Make an animal handling check or a survival check. You tell me.
I think I've got something in animal handling.
You can pick it up like.
They're both the same. They're both the same.
Oh, okay.
I became a druid, last time. 16.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, you're able to pick it up properly, and I don't know if you like wrap a rope around or wrap some twine around its head and neck or whatever and stuff it in like.
I'm in full I think I'm in plate mail because cleric.
Nice.
I'm just kind of holding it in such a way that I'm gonna try to keep it asleep. Also, like if it does wake up, it can't bite me because I'm shielded.
Okay.
I've handled babies before.
Nice. Okay. So as this happens, Blammerhoff, what are you doing?
How big are these things?
They're like the size of a chicken.
Oh, so like more than 5 pounds.
These they're probably less than 5 pounds actually, because they're only about a week old.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a d6. I'll roll a d6 and I'll tell you how much they weigh.
Okay.
They weigh 4 pounds.
Okay. Can I cast catapult and catapult one of these things straight up in the air?
Yes, you can.
All right, that's what's happening.
That is what is happening. Are you catapulting the one that you hit already, or the one that hasn't been touched?
One of the ones that hasn't been touched.
Okay. Okay. As if I
90
straight
feet.
into the air. 90 feet into the air. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Here's something that you're probably not gonna like. Let's see here. Spell, catapult. Yeah, so it flies in a straight direction, 90 feet straight up into the air, before it starts to fall to the ground. And then as it ends in the air, it starts to flap its wings, and you realize it can fly. Unlike an actual chicken, it can actually fly. And it stays in the air. This is like panicking.
Kind of look awkwardly at the rest of the group and shrug.
As like I don't know, I like to imagine like the ground like underneath it just like rippled and like turned like almost like liquidy at first, as like the dirt just mounded up behind underneath it, and then you hear this like little boom, like this poof, and it just like shotgun blasts this bird right into the air. Yeah, and it won't take damage unless it struck something. So yeah, it's gonna fly straight up into the air. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna make it take a dex save to see if it takes any damage. Roll 3d8 to see if it takes any damage. Yeah, it's gonna take 7 damage from it flying up into the air. Like one of the feathers is gonna like float to the ground, and it's gonna be up there. And Hackspice, what are you doing? As there's like one that is wounded. It's kind of got like a limp to it that is beside Blammerhoff that he hit with the magic stone on the previous turn.
I will go and attempt to finish that one off.
Okay. That's a hit. How do you finish it off?
Oh, again, just Ginsu slice
Nice.
with the
Okay.
big ass sword.
Nice.
It's like a big two-handed Nodachi katana type Japanese sword. Very sharp.
Nice.
Perfect. And then as this happens, Marianne, you get a turn. What are you doing? You have this sleeping cockatrice in your hand, and 2 dead ones.
I continue to hold it. I would continue to hold it, and I guess I'll just ready a healing action in case any of my companions get hurt.
Okay. I guess at this point now, just so you know, it's probably 5:30 or so in the evening. 5:30, yeah, probably 5:36 around there, because you guys got out to the camp at 4. It was about an hour out of town. You would have like spent some time around there, and then came back to town, looked into the kid and whatnot. So I'll say it's probably around 6. So I'll say like.
You know what? Actually, I'm gonna probably start working my way towards the kid. We've got a limited time.
Okay. Yeah, and so at this point, the one in the air is going to retreat, as it's seen what happened, and it is just fucking flying away.
I'm gonna call back and ask someone to bring the owl.
I'll grab the owl.
Thank you. Because if we can cure the kid, we might be able to cure the owl.
Someone should definitely get rid of that last thing, though.
Nice. Okay.
It's part of the desert too. Just shouldn't be so close to town.
Nice. Yeah, so you guys get back to the kid, and Dakin and Eowyn are there. The kid is there. Let's see.
Guys, I caught we caught one. I don't know how to reverse engineer the poison though.
What do you guys want to do? How do you guys want to try to concoct an anti-venom sort of deal from this cockatrice that is still alive?
I have medicine, and I can also purify food and drink. So I don't know if that'll help.
Okay. What is Dakin and what is Blammerhoff doing?
I will pull out my field kit, and assist Blammerhoff, with whatever check he needs to do.
Okay. And what's Blammerhoff doing?
If I can do a check if I know anything about anti-venom. I mean, mixed around with... Who would know the most of the group about anti-venom?
Probably the alchemist.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'll do a medicine check.
I'll assist.
Okay.
Medicine or intelligence?
Kid is dead.
Fuck. Okay, sweet. Yeah, so you have a live
Oh,
cockatrice. You guys have been able to tell already, like this thing's like its beak and claws appear to be lethal. Its beak, let's say, it carries some sort of venom for some reason, and that's where the petrification is being caused from. I'll give you that much. But in so like figuring this out, Blammerhoff, you do have advantage, I think, because Marianne was helping you, right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
also guidance.
Dakin was helping you, so you do have advantage. You can make another medicine check, or you can make another check if you want. Of another
Yeah.
kind.
Okay. I'll do that one.
History would be a good one
Okay, nice.
if you were better in that.
I was
I just rolled twice on.
okay,
You're good.
and it's not going to accidentally bite you while you do this, because you had advantage and you didn't roll a 1. So cool. What do you want to do to try to extract venom from this thing? Do you want to kill it, or do you want to? What do you want to do?
I'll just have someone. Oh, who's doing it?
Would I came across anything in my studies about extracting venom from a basilisk? Because I mean, I'm sure it's a spell component. I got a 23.
You've definitely read about extracting venom from like snakes, for sure, and you've heard like stories about basilisks, but it's not like a super high fantasy kind of setting. Well, I mean, it is.
I will say, grab me some cheesecloth, and we'll have this thing bite down over a tube.
Nice.
Yeah, if we get by without killing this thing, because it is still just a baby.
Killer baby.
What's Aowen doing during this time?
He doesn't know any better. It's just a kid.
I will be, watching this discussion with great intent. All the while comforting the child and the child's parents, and continuing to pray, perhaps to see if we can gain some insight from Saloon on how to handle this.
Okay. With that, I will give the kid advantage on his con save, and he doesn't turn to
It's a
stone.
guidance.
How are you guiding the kid?
Don't go
Away from the light. Away from the light.
Get away from the light. It's almost dinner time. Get back here.
You know what? I'm gonna let the kid hold Pickles, and I'm gonna get Pickles to glow in that, with a bit of druid craft. So Pickles is just like a little nightlight, and I'm gonna use my nanny ability to just kind of help the kid kind of be like, okay, you can visualize how you're gonna kick this thing's ass.
Okay.
That big fight in the village.
Nice.
Remember the big fight we had? This is your big fight. Look at you've got Owen right next to you. He's here to help you do this big fight. You're a hero.
I'm gonna give you inspiration for that.
I'm going to help out by standing at a distance and not saying anything.
This is the dwarf way.
I'm gonna provide help
That is
action
helpful.
to that.
The help action to that is you and Blammerhoff stand back.
It's gonna help
It's like, oh
Blammerhoff.
god.
Oh my god.
Take a
I'm
step
gonna have a
towards the
beer right
group
now
and
because of that.
you're like, no, Blammerhoff,
Make
just
sure
stay over.
neither of us say a word.
Yeah, amazing. As you guys just, as a hack spice, just like a tumbleweed just blows past the doorway. Yeah, down the street. And then with that, Blammerhoff, the poison's been extracted, or the venom, I should say. The chicken venom has been extracted into a cheesecloth. And what do you want to do to try to turn this venom into anti-venom? This is what I like about level 4, because at level 5 I feel like you just have magic that could stop this from happening.
Well, we have some venom. Yeah, I guess we need something to combine it with. Can I do an what do we have?
What would happen if you put some in a healing potion? Just a little tiny bit. Does that help?
Oh. I'll do a history check to see if I remember anything.
Nice. You have like a flashback to like dwarf university at like a house party, and you're just like talking to like another dwarf lady, and you're just like, yeah, seriously, in a couple weeks I'll be able to prescribe you anything. And then you do and then there is something about mixing healing potions, but could benefit something like this. It could help dilute or offset the impact. It's worth a try, anyways.
Yeah, I'll suggest that. That's the best I've got.
Okay.
I love Blabbermouth.
I'll leave out the
He's
part
so
about the house
helpful.
You leave the house party part out of it.
Hackspice says, seriously, I was just kind of making it up.
Who wants to do the mixing? Blabberhoff, do you want to try it?
Yeah,
Is
I'll do the
anyone gonna help
mixing.
you? Okay.
You're gonna make some
I will
drinks,
help.
Make
Guidance?
okay.
Guidances are free. You're getting fucking guidances.
Which one are you giving guidance to, Dakin or Blabberhoff? I'll say Dakin. Make an Arcana
Blabbermouth
check,
needs it
and
more, and you know what?
or you know what?
Once I'm gonna give the Dakin seems
Here's
to
the
have a
question.
shit together.
Here's the question. Blabberhoff, do you want to do the Arcana check and give the instructions to Dakin to make the sleight of hand check? Or Dakin, do you want to do the Arcana check to help and then have Blabberhoff do the sleight of hand check? Who wants to do the mixing and who wants to do the talking?
Oh man. My sleight of hand is absolute zero, sir.
I have experience with mixing, so I'll volunteer for that.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
You can make a tools check then as you mix stuff, and then Dakin make an Arcana check as you pour over the
You
notes.
mean
Yeah,
sleight
like a
of
sleight of
And
hand
you
check.
said I got.
yeah.
What do I add for guidance?
You can add your proficiency to a Blabberhoff because you have your tools with you.
Oh. Right.
Yeah. And Dakin make an Arcana check, and then let's see who is.
And I already rolled,
Lord.
so does that become a 10?
Yes, it would become a 10, and then then Dakin rolls a 9.
Oh, you
Dakin's
you
like,
said
I'm
I have
about to-
guidance, right?
Yeah, you have guidance. As you're just more like, I have more experience with spells, not potions. This is bullshit. Fuck.
Is
I
it
love
1d4?
Add a d4 to your Arcana check.
Ah, solid,
Nice.
solid 13.
Lucky 13. Lucky.
So, at first when you mix it, it's like when you try to make a paralyzer, but you do it really badly, and then the milk curdles. But you're able to like, just that with the guidance and what you're able to, between the two of you, you kind of agree to scoop the shit off the top of it, and then you are left with like probably like an ounce or two of a possible useful concoction. As you like take the slag essentially and just like plop it off to the side on like a plate.
Test it on the owl?
Probably don't have enough to do both.
There's enough to test. There's an ounce or two. You could probably split it into 2 doses.
Yeah, I'll just say loud, like, oh, it came out perfect, and then I'll whisper, it's like, you might want to test it on the owl.
Yeah, let's go. Let's make sure this is great for him. We
Nice.
grab the owl and pour some on him.
Nice. Let's see here. Yeah, the owl. The owl comes back to life.
Yes!
You just see Dakin just have a fucking big sigh of relief over his face. Okay, let's give it to the kid.
Nice. Yeah, you give it to the kid, and he kind of comes to almost immediately, except where you noticed he had blue eyes before, he's got gray eyes now, and his legs are fine.
Oh,
Well,
work with
that
this.
that was a very interesting effect.
Sorry, his legs are
You-
what?
His legs are fine.
Okay.
As he recovers.
Oh, okay. I heard his legs are fucked, and I'm like, all
Yeah,
right, we
I heard that too.
No, I'm
Your
sorry.
eyes, okay.
Yeah, you Tiny Tim this kid. Do better at potions
Yeah,
next
he's
time.
alive.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got a polio leg now. Yeah.
He was so brave. I make the kid feel like he was very brave.
He's shy.
That's okay.
No.
Good job.
Oh, and
kid.
did you see this? This kid saved. He was a big hero.
But he asks for an autograph from Owen before his
you,
parents before his parents like profusely thank you guys and then take him home because it is almost time for dinner and bed for him.
I think I'll suggest that he might want to get an autograph from the rest of our team. I was only here for support, and they did the work. They're the heroes.
Yes.
You are too modest, my friend.
As he looks around and yeah, he'll just kind of like look at all of you guys like in awe. And yes.
I give him a little rat skull.
Nice.
Does anyone have speak with animals right now prepared?
I speak with animals. Should we perhaps ask the owl what happened?
I can't speak with the owl right now.
I
Pretty
can.
certain you know what happened.
The owl is very
The reason-
quiet right now.
The
speak with
the
animals?
reason
Eowyn?
I don't have the spell prepped, but Marianne wants to get the creature we caught, the poison chicken thing. Wants to have you lecture it and be like, you can't bite the people in this village, and then let it go.
Oh, the one you just
I will-
like took the poison from? Oh, okay. Make a
I
nature
want to
check.
set it free, but I want it to understand that it cannot attack humans.
Make a nature check.
Me?
Marianne, as you're talking
Yeah.
to the cockatrice, and then Eowyn, you said you wanted to talk to the owl.
don't-
No, I can. I'll talk to the cockatrice then.
Oh, okay.
I don't have the spell to talk to the cockatrice.
Oh, okay.
I have speak with animals.
Okay.
I don't want to kill it, but I
spells
also
and arrows.
don't want to let it loose.
It's not an animal; it is a monstrosity. So, like, as you cast the spell, and then like as you try to attune to align with this animal or this creature, you find that this creature is nothing natural. It is a perversion, and you cannot communicate with it. And as you make eye contact with it, you just get a sense of nothing but hostility.
We should destroy it.
Aww.
The creature is
Owen.
the
It was
creature
Owen.
the creature is unnatural.
The moment
was
you say
Owen's-
this, Eowyn, as soon as you say this creature, as soon as you say we should destroy it, the owl like flutters over and lands onto your shoulder.
Well, I've still got speak with animals cast, right? Can I talk to the owl?
The owl's just like, I could not agree more. Yeah, fuck
Right,
this one in particular.
The cockatrice is unnatural. It is a perversion of nature. It is an affront to all that is good and holy. It should be destroyed.
Yeah.
Then I'm gonna cast Hellish Rebuke on it. Sadly, just like holding it still from where it was like
Nice.
being cheeseclothed.
I'll allow
Like,
it. As it basically just engulfs in flames in your arms. And just poof.
When I picture the Hellish Rebuke, I actually think of like cactus spikes come out,
Oh my god.
and then it just like combusts.
That work.
As it just turns into a pincushion. Okay, so I'm gonna say a bunch of like cactus quills just like burst through its skin, like all around it, and then all of those quills they just get red hot, and then this cactus just like this cockatrice cactus just cracks, blackens, and then cracks into like charcoal, and then just disintegrates into your arms. Your hands are all covered in soot.
I prestidigitate myself. I
Nice.
look a little bit sad, but whatever. Owen called it.
As the,
Trust him.
as the owl like nips at Eowyn's ear, and she's like, "Why did you guys give me those eggs?"
They were your eggs. They were from your nest. I can't understand what it's saying.
I'll talk to the owl. I'll say, friend, my My colleagues apologized. They thought they were your eggs. They're sorry.
The first one tasted awful, and then the rest of them hatched and attacked me.
Friend, that does sound awful.
Anyways. Okay. It's okay. You brought me to a good town. There's lots of mice here. Lots of rats. I'm good. You know what? Just don't give me any more presents. And he'll just kind of he'll like give you like a one-wing salute, and then he'll just like fly out the door. Nice. He's like, it's getting dark. It's time to go hunting anyways. And then he'll leave. Yes. I don't want to call it a session just yet. There's a couple things I wanted to do real quick with Marianne in particular. What are you doing now that the evening is kind of like... What are you guys doing as the evening kind of starts to start up, I guess? Or as the sun goes down? Almost time for a long rest kind of deal. What are you doing?
You mentioned that there were kids, the innkeepers had children.
Mm-hmm.
Probably go and help them out at night. So their kids have something to do while their parents run the inn.
Okay.
The busiest part.
Bedtime stories.
Nice.
You know what? If Owen's telling bedtime stories, Marianne is absolutely down for helping.
Nice.
Gallant.
So Eowyn is telling bedtime stories, and you're there helping and watching or whatever. And then while this is happening, you get the sense that something's calling to you from just outside of the inn, in one of the alleyways.
That's creepy. Tax Spice around?
Nope, it's just you right now.
Oh. I'm gonna go take pickles and go outside and...
Okay.
I'm gonna go all the way into an alley. Like, how do I feel like the calling? Is it like in my head, or is there someone being like, Marianne?
It's just in your head. Yes.
Okay, let's go pickles.
Okay. You see this four-legged creature that appears to be made of vines, like, enter from the alleyway, and then as it approaches you, it shifts and turns into a humanoid-shaped figure that looks to be more plant than anything else. And as it gets closer to you, you can see like flowers kind of bloom on its shoulders and on its arms and whatnot. And then where its eyes would be, there's like two like lilies, like two purple lilies that just light up. And it kind of like does like this gesture to Pickles, like a greeting, and Pickles kind of lights up in like a bluish hue, and this being, I guess it just like lets off these these pollen spores into the air around you, and as it does, then like you can hear it communicating into your mind, and you get the sense of congratulations on the job well done that you did protecting the town and then saving the child, and it hoped that it was able to reach you and give you the advice you needed to make it successful.
Yes, and that was really, I trust this thing completely.
And then it makes its offer to you if you were willing to go into a pact with it, then it could give you more power to help more people if you're willing to serve from time to time.
Yeah, that sounds sweet. I throw it some affirmative druid slang.
Okay.
I'm in.
Okay. Yes, and then it agrees to be your patron, and then as you, I don't know, do you go to shake? It goes to hold out what appears to be like a vine plant-like shaped hand to like in like a handshake gesture, invitation sort of thing.
I gently take its hand.
A thorn stabs into your hand and draws blood, and then it kind of like wraps around you as the vines wrap around your hand, and then it's like almost like one of the vines that kind of like snakes around, and then you get like this kind of like this viney barkish bracelet form. And
Flower crown?
Then the plant
Flower
pulls and then the plant pulls its hand back, and then like the spot on your hand is healed at this point, and then it turns around and it drops down onto all fours again, and then it just lumbers off, leaving like small little plants kind of like as it goes. And then as it goes, and these plants just kind of like shrivel and die, and it rolls off back into the dark.
I flower crown.
Okay. Yes, and that's how you get your warlock class. Your
I am
warlock
the
class.
prettiest druid.
And druid, warlock, cleric. Cool. Yes, Hacksface and Blammerhoff.
Yes, sir.
As you guys are just kind of chilling out, being awkward, I guess. There's some goblins that kind of pop in, and every now and then there's like a couple of them that do like a night's watch because they're good at sneaking and they prefer to be out during the night anyways. And they mentioned to the two of you that earlier in the day they saw what appeared to be a lone dwarf heading towards the village, but they lost track of him, and he just appeared to be just wandering down, no pack, no nothing, just coming to town on his own with like just the clothes on his back or her back, unable to tell. And they thought they would let Hackspace know, and they would let Blammerhoff know because Blammerhoff's a dwarf.
Another undead, maybe.
Someone I know.
This is the goblin's like, I don't know, man. I never seen him. But just so you know, it appears to be that there's someone coming to town. And with that, Eowyn, if you're looking through the books, there's a couple hooks that show up. There's notes of a tomb of a goblin king.
Goblin King, got it.
Yeah. And then there is some notes that you find on the Thirsting Caravan.
The Thirsting Caravan. What do I see there?
You see an image of a long convoy of old wagons being pulled by skeletal horses and shambling figures around it, and at the forefront of it what appears to be a mummy leading the caravan.
This bears investigation.
And then maybe I'll call it a session there.
Awesome. Like it.
Sweet.
Like the storytelling in that one. That was good.
Oh yeah, I like the cliffhangers.
Thank you. I was just like trying really hard to pick it up from last week because I felt like last week was really fun, and I was like, how do I follow up that or follow that up? But yeah,
Last week was really fun.
thank you guys for playing, and sorry for cutting it 10 minutes short.
Oh, no worries.
You're all
Sorry
good,
for
man.
being late.
Right on.
It's all good.